Hello, today we're going to talk about validity and reliability by Gregory Castillo. So, the test that I'm going to be using today um, is an EOC standardized test with a focus on ELA scores. And on this score, you can see where the student has started in grade 3 and made a 554 and exceeds the performance level. Or you can also see grade 4. The student has scored 576 and meets. Grade 5 not taken. Grade 6, 680, which is exceeds. Grade 7, and grade 8, of course, nothing. On here as well, your child's ELA percentile rank comparison. South Carolina is around 89 in the sense of the percentile ranking, but compared to other states, to their comparable standards, is 59. So in this sense, providing a little bit of background, an EOC test is given to 10th graders by teachers by the state of South Carolina to test their knowledge. And as seen, the test has there's different areas. So in this case, as stated previously, we are focusing on English 2 with ELA. So in this case, we think about the term reliability and how it's measured. So reliability pertains to the stability and consistency of measurement or test. In this case, it is reflecting on the dependable and also so that we can see the reproducible conditions that come across and that provide those results so that we are able to see the growth that our students have. So in this case, um, we are able to look at a method called test retest. And this can also prepare for, in this case, the EOC test that will be given. In this case, it involves the test retest involves administering the same test to the same group of individuals on two separate occasions. Then the scores, we take both of those scores, um, look at the difference between both of them, and also the correlation between both of the cases. And in this case, if you have a higher correlation, that means that you have a really good test retest reliability. If it's lower, then we need to focus back in on the type of information to make sure that we are doing this correctly. As for validity, validity refers to the extent to which an assessment, in this case instrument, accurately measures the specific trait or construct it is intended to measure. So with that, ensuring that those influences and decisions based on the assessment results are meaningful and appropriate. Okay, so in that case, um, validity is most important to make sure that the results are meaningful and appropriate. Also, that it connects back to the assessment and we're using the correct instruments. So, how do we measure validity? We can measure validity in a couple different ways, but the two ways that I have currently are content validity and criterion related validity. In this case, these methods involve assessing whether the test contents align with the intended construct and whether test scores correlate with external criteria or demonstrate relationships with those variables. So, as for content validity, it accurately measures the specific content. In this case, we could tailor it to English to EOC. And then the content validity test item relevancy. In this case, is it relevant back to what the test in the future will be asking us? So the content that we are providing, will it relate to that information? And then lastly, the comprehensive to the targeted subject matter and skill. So making sure the students comprehend the material and as well as the subject matter and skill. As for criterion related validity, it assesses how the score on a test correlates to the external criteria. Basically, that means connecting or predicting the connection with the outcomes and criteria, which are concurrent validity and predictive validity. So those are I would say little subtopics within um, criterion-related validity, concurrent and predictive validity. But as for criteria-related validity, we're making sure that the criteria that is within the lesson is related to what the external criteria is. So what is being asked on the EOC that we can relate back to our classrooms? Ensuring validity involves clear and defining. So with this case, what's most important also is conducting content analysis and establishing those relationships. So with an example, I stated previously, external criteria in this case can also be criterion related validity. It is like assessing the theoretical alignment of the test, which is constructive validity, and also piloting the test, continuous monitoring and addressing the ethical consideration. And also this all ties in back together with the term validity. So I also use this picture that's right here because I liked it. It was validity versus reliability. So when thinking back to the EOC and how it connects, content validity, it ensures that the test, like the test content, aligns with the state's educational standards. While criteria-related validity establishes that relationship with that external criteria such as performance, and there's also as real-world outcomes. Now, when we look at constructed validity, it confirms the test measures and the intended construction that constructs skills and knowledge. As for reliability, the test retest reliability, administer the test to a sample, then retest to check for the consistent score over time, as we stated before. So we're testing them once, and then we retest them to see if we get the same consistency along the testing. We keep that ongoing monitoring, review, and update the content area to make sure that we are accurately providing the correct information for our students. That also maintains that relevance and alignment with educational standards. Let's also it's another part is making sure that there's enough transparency to clearly communicate the purpose of this test within the classroom. So by incorporating these steps, it would enhance that validity and reliability of that EOC, and providing a more accurate measure for student achievement and to make sure that students are well prepared for this final exam and to receive a well score.